think we're live. Should be live. Okay, so I'm actually really excited about this project. As you guys can see, I have moved all of the 6 workstations, 1 CPU stuff into our conference room. So anyone who wants to have a meeting or a conference call or whatever else has like a third of the table to work with now. But there's a good reason for it. I need all this space in order to spread out all the things I need to connect to it in order to make sure that it is actually working. Because while I have done a little bit of validation, like theoretically, I haven't yet actually hooked up like a whack of video cards to a monitor and made sure that the whole thing is actually functioning as it's supposed to. The other thing I'm going to be doing today, and this is actually the main reason for the stream, because otherwise this is the kind of thing I would just work on in the corner of my office in the shadows and then finally bring to light when it's time to make the video. The other thing is I got what might be a really important pro tip from none other than Wendell from Level 1 Techs about why he thinks, here I'm just going to move this monitor. This monitor's like really cool because it takes, it's got 6 different display inputs or something like that, and it can do 4 at a time, tiled across the display. So that's cool, but it's really heavy. So he had an idea for how we could achieve hot pluggability for our VMs by using an additional tag on our IOMMU group ACS override thing. So basically, that's what we're going to do today, and we're coming along for a voyage of discovery because I'm not sure how any of this is going to work. Theoretically, I've got everything re-plugged in since I moved it over from the other room, so we're going to go ahead and hook it up. And I do have one extra trick because now that I've got 4 graphics cards, not 6 yet, just 4, because I didn't want to drag a couple more monitors in here. Where is this going? Right. So now that I've got 4 displays, what I wanted to do was make sure that the onboard video on this thing is working properly so that I can use that for my hypervisor. So I'm going to use that for Unraid, and then each of my 6 graphics cards, then I'm going to use my 7th slot for this breakout cable to the daughter board. So each of my 6 graphics cards can be passed through to a virtual machine. I mean, is it a virtual machine anymore when you are able to sit down, like add a keyboard and mouse and monitor and use it, and like hot plug USB? Like, is that a virtual machine anymore, or is that like a real machine, but using virtualization? No one knows. All right, so just waiting for it to boot up. There we go. Okay, that's good. A2. Don't you love it when you go live and immediately something doesn't work? I'm not sure what postcode A2 is. Maybe it's just one of those things where if I press like go into the BIOS or something, it'll pick up. Can you see that, Brendan? Got A2 over here. So I had changed it already to use the VGA as the primary display output, but I hadn't actually seen that working yet. Maybe it's a little bit loose here. Well, there you have it, guys. This is real, real tech troubleshooting here. Did it pick up? Brandon?
I saw the postcode.
You did? Oh, over, no, I mean, yeah, it's not going on over. Oh. Nope, I think I know what happened. Sometimes these server boards, and actually I'm not sure if this is what happened because it's possible that I was the one who moved this, but sometimes they ship with the onboard VGA disabled with a hardware jumper. And so what I'm hoping is that by moving this little header here, normally pins 1 and 2 are enable and pins 2 and 3 are disable. You can tell pin 1 by the little silkscreen white square behind it. So I'm pretty sure I just put it to pin 1 and 2. Yay! Okay. Thought we were off to a pretty rough start here. Okay, that should be better. So we should be able to boot it up. So basically, Just a recap for those of you who didn't watch the video where I was talking about 6 workstations, 1 CPU, and the goal here. Here, I want you to come over here so I can show them the daughter board here. So what we're doing is we're using 2 of Intel's 28-core Xeon Platinums, and we're using virtualization in an attempt to create, out of a single tower, 6 8K video editing capable workstations that people could use concurrently, like all at the same time, to edit 8K video off of a single motherboard. But one of the biggest problems, at least from my perspective, with using a VM as like a daily driver workstation is that if you want to use a USB device, like a keyboard or a mouse, that was a weird noise, or a thumb drive even, you actually have to plug it into the system, and then through your hypervisor, you have to configure that USB device to be passed through to your virtual machine before you boot. So if you wanted to, I don't know, say for example, plug in a card reader so that you could offload some footage from an SD card, you wouldn't be able to do that without shutting down your machine, reconfiguring some nonsense, and then turning it back on. The way to get USB hot plugging, so that allows you to just plug in and unplug USB devices like you normally would, is to take an entire controller. So you can see here, I've got this daughter board that's got a whack of USB controller cards plugged into it here. You take an entire controller and you pass that through to the virtual machine. That way, anything that you unplug or plug into that controller is hot pluggable for that VM. Now, if you're only running like 2 VMs, like we did in 2 gamers, 1 CPU, you can actually take multiple USB controllers built into your motherboard. This one has at least 2 on it, and you can pass one of those through to one of the VMs and one of those through to the other, or something along those lines, as long as you don't pass through too many and you leave nothing for the hypervisor, assuming that you need one there. But if you've got like 6, there's no motherboard that I'm aware of that has like 6 USB controllers on it. So we reached out to One Stop Systems with the idea that if we could take one of their daughter boards here, which takes, there's a link card that you can't really see, but you can see it from the back here. Here, I'll try and get you a look at it from the back. So you take this link card here, and it takes your PCI Express slot, runs it over a cable, so this is just PCI Express over a cable, sends it to this target card, and then takes that 4x PCIe 3.0 link, if I recall correctly, and splits that out into 8 slots here. So as long as not everybody is like hitting their USB port with a PCI or with a like USB 3 SSD external drive or something at the same time, that should be fine, because this board is using the same kind of technology that your motherboard already uses to split out the lanes on the CPU to all the different slots and all the different devices that are built into it. So it's using a PLX chip. These are quite expensive. They're server grade hardware, but I mean, hey, this is a crazy project and you gotta do what you gotta do. So normally, I'm gonna show you guys, oh bloody hell. I'm gonna show you guys the command line version of Unraid here. Sorry, I have to reboot it. I want to use the GUI version here just to make my life a little bit easier. So normally, when you would boot up a system like this, or for virtualization, what your motherboard does is it groups your resources, all of your devices, into what are called IOMMU groups. And then anything that is in the same IOMMU group has to be forwarded to the same VM. So it's pretty typical for something like the VGA device and the HDMI audio device on a single graphics card to share an IOMMU group. Mind you, that wouldn't normally be a problem. I can't think of too many situations where I would want to have the video device and the audio device for a single graphics card go to different virtual machines. That doesn't make a ton of sense. But you can also run into issues where, for example, on a motherboard, you might have your SATA controller and your network controller on the same IOMMU group. So if you wanted to pass an Ethernet controller through to your VM, you would also you would not be able to pass that SATA controller through to another one. So what happened last time around was that while this motherboard is very virtualization friendly, even when we enabled the ACS override little like hack that you can do, we still had I think we had something like 80 IOMMU groups. It's very virtualization friendly. But what happened was that even though almost every device on the board could be split out individually, all those devices that were on that daughter board were in the same IOMMU group, which makes sense because they're all running off of the same slot. So what that meant was that while we could pass through one USB controller to one of our VMs running off that one slot, we weren't going to be able to get the multi-slot expansion that I wanted so that I could send a separate USB controller to every one of my VMs and have every one of the editors working off of this thing able to have their own USB hot plug. Now, obvious solution to that would be just get a motherboard with more PCI Express slots in the first place, but those are rare and or exceedingly expensive and normally designed for use in a custom enclosure that's like system specific. So if you guys remember from 8 gamers, 1 CPU, which was actually 10 depending on how you slice it, we actually had a server enclosure that could take 10 graphics cards. And I think we managed to put like one other like network card in it or something along those lines. So the thing had like, I forget if it was like 10 or 11 PCI Express slots or something along those lines. But it was like a rack mount server thing. It sounded like a jet turbine. Like it wasn't suitable for use as like a video workstation. All right. So here we go. Boop, boop. And let's go ahead and start the array. So settings, no, it's tools. That's right, system devices. Okay, so here we're gonna see with the ACS override, which is a little tweak that you can do in order to try to split out devices that are sharing an IOMMU group, we're gonna see that all of our USB controllers are on the same one. But Wendell told us that there's an additional flag that we can enable called multifunction that might actually help us split them out, even though they're all running off of the same PCI Express slot. So here, you're gonna wanna come in and have a look at this, Brandon. Let's see if I can, Control F, USB. Here they are, yeah. So here's our IOMMU group 70, which has got a bunch of PLX bridge nonsense going on in it. That makes sense because that's exactly what this thing is doing. It's using PLX PCI Express bridges in order to split that one lane out into, or excuse me, split that one slot out into many slots. And then you can see here all 6 of the cards that I have installed. So here's that Aquantia 10 gigabit Ethernet card. This board doesn't have onboard 10 gig, and we're definitely going to need 10 gig for 6 people to be able to edit 8K footage at the same time. And then we've got, here we go, 5 USB controllers. But we would have to pass these all through to the same VM, which completely defeats the purpose. So this is sort of the moment of truth where we find out if this stream had any purpose whatsoever. Let's just do both of them. So it might be as simple as this. And apply. Now we're going to reboot. Oops, reboot's not there. Oh, there's so many CPU cores. I have to scroll for days just to get past them all. It's a very, very first world problem, of course. Now we're going to reboot and see if that fixes it. This is why we usually use the magic of video editing in order to cut this like waiting around out. Like even when you guys watch, even something that's like a, I think the one where I was trying to get hot plug PCI Express, was that like a 20-minute video, Brendan? 20, 25-minute video, something like that? That was days. That was like over a day of actual like shooting. That was why you had so much, okay, cut, you can cut, okay, cut. And the worst part is that when you're working on server hardware, instead of working on like more, wait, was I using this board? Oh yeah, that one wasn't even that bad. When we're working with actual server hardware, it is a nightmare because those boards, instead of taking like 2 minutes to reboot, they can take 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes to reboot. especially when you've got like a whack of RAID controllers, each of which has a bunch of drives on it, like our 45 drive servers. So they're super micro boards in the first place, which means they already take a few minutes to do a reboot. Then they each have anywhere from 3 to 4 RAID controllers, each of which has their own boot up and initialization process they go through. And each of those RAID controllers has in the neighborhood of, I think it's 12 to 16 drives or 11 to 16 drives or whatever it works out to. So about 15 drives each on them in some of those servers. So they can take, when I'm troubleshooting some stupid thing, they can take like 10 minutes per reboot because you got to wait around for the OS to load as well, right? Ugh, it's brutal. So I'm really hoping that this is just going to be a super simple thing and you guys aren't going to be just tuning into this live stream for no payoff. All right. Come on, show me the boot options. I mean, even this, like a prosumer, like a workstation grade board, when you have this many devices that it has to load up every time it turns on, it's a bit of a chore. There we go. Boop. Hope everybody's having a great Friday out there. I'm sorry I'm not monitoring chat at all. I have no idea what you guys are saying. Is chat entertained?
They think it's pre-recorded. They think the stream looks too good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you. Hey, Brandon, do you want to show? You know what? Let's do proofs in the pudding. Proofs in the pudding, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's do some pudding proof. No, come on over here. Here we go. Are we streaming live? Yes, we are. Yes, we can. All right, let's go back in and see if it's booted up.
One of the super chats says $20 for your haircut, fix your neckline.
I know my hair is so bad right now. Thank you for pointing it out. It's more than just the neckline that's bad. It's just everything about it is terrible. I need to go get a haircut, but it's like, you know, personal appearance, play with computers. Would you guys even like me that much if I was like perfectly groomed all the time? Well, what just happened? Okay. We lost our display signal. Now we get signal. Main screen on. Perfect, I think. Okay, start the array. I'm not actually sure if I have to do that. Whatever, shut up. Oh, shoot. Got a weird thing with this install where I don't know what the crap it's doing, but it keeps losing my cache drives every time I reboot it for some reason. So no device, no device, and then let's go this one. Let's see if that's the right order. It usually doesn't matter. That's so weird. I've never seen this before. Also, I screwed up my VMs and I put them on the wrong, I didn't put them on the cache anyway, so it actually probably doesn't matter. But anyway, moment of truth. Warning, you are booted with PCI ACS override, etc. Come on, baby. This doesn't tell us the IOMMU groups yet. We gotta wait around for this to load. Because if this works, this project gets so much cooler. Like, it becomes actually usable. For those wondering, I'm not really planning to make my editors, oh, this looks really promising. Look at this. Our VGA and audio devices are split up into their own groups now. Hold on a minute. Where are they? We have 100. Every one of these is split out. Whoa, no way! We have 200 IOMMU groups on this thing now. Almost every single device is in its own group, including our USB controllers. So theoretically now, we can stub them and pass them through to VMs and have the whole thing work, like, just like sitting in front of the computer. Because remember, guys, with USB, you can connect anything now. Like, it used to be USB was just for like your flash drive and like your mouse, but probably not your keyboard because you were probably using PS2 for that. But now, if we have a couple of USB 3 ports for each VM, well, now all of a sudden you've got, extra audio device options. USB audio devices are great these days. Like there's almost nothing that you would plug, because remember, we don't need LAN. Like there's nothing you would have on the back of a motherboard that you couldn't have through USB if you've got hot plug. Oh, that is fantastic. Okay, next step then. Wow, that's a lot of scrolling. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, what's going on with this VGA connection here? This looks a little flaky, actually. Okay, stop messing with me. Stop messing with me. I'm having a good day. Okay. Oh, that's tremendous. Okay, I already wrote these down ahead of time so that I wouldn't have to go and refer back and forth to the pages. So just give me a quick sec here. And I'm going to pull up my thing. What? Not now. Not now! I am live streaming. Okay, here we go. So multifunction, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's PCI stub .ids equals, and then we've got, okay, it was 1B21:1242, comma. I'll explain what this is in a minute. 1033 colon, is that a 0? Yep, 0194. And 1912:0015. And then I think it's just a space. Yeah. Okay, that should be right. So I'm just gonna grab that. I'm gonna copy it to the GUI mode as well. Oh, no, I've got that there. I must have been tooling around with that before. I often reuse my unraids, so multifunction, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yes, that looks good to me. Okay, so we got to reboot now, because what we just told our machine to do is to, okay, so what we just told our machine to do was to take those PCI identifiers. So what those numbers are is the first 4 digits are the manufacturer identifier. So Intel, for example, that would be 8086, which is a reference to Intel's original 8086 processor. But most other manufacturers are much harder to remember. It's like a seemingly random string of letters and numbers. And then what the second 4, after the colon, what the second 4 are for is the unique identifier for that particular hardware device. So in the case of our USB controllers here, what we've done is we've looked up, Silverstone and this particular USB controller card. And what we've done is we have told the operating system, the Unraid operating system, that when it initializes, it's going to ignore these devices. It's not gonna load them. It's going to leave them so that we can pass them through entirely uninhibited to virtual machines. So it's called stubbing. Oh, this is going too well. And yes, it's live. Haters, pre-recorded live stream. Who would do that? Monsters, that's who. Okay, now's a good time to boot up system. Let's go, baby. Don't let me down. B2. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Oh. I mean, I had a feeling this might work, but like, seeing it work is always different, because I've had a lot of feelings that a lot of things might work over the years, but Wendell never lets me down. Wendell Level 1 Techs. Go check out Level 1 Techs after you're done with this live stream, not before. But go check out Level 1 Techs, because that guy knows his shiz. He was over here for our Gaming on Linux thing. A lot of people were upset that our Gaming on Linux video didn't mention natively gaming on Linux. And I have to confess, we sort of took that for granted. I think this is one of those cases where between me, Wendell, and Anthony, we all sort of assumed that people would be aware that you can just play games on Linux with like the Linux version of Steam and stuff. But we had a lot of people really upset because they felt like we made it seem like gaming on Linux was more complicated than it is because we ignored just running games on Linux natively, like firing up Looking Glass and all this, Wine and all this kind of stuff. Fair point, but I think actually we've got a really good opportunity to rectify that with a new Gaming on Linux video that's entirely dedicated to gaming just on Linux, because Steam has their whole Windows games on Linux thing that they announced quite recently, actually. And we're really, really interested in taking a look at that. Okay, hopefully I assigned those correctly. Let's start it. Okay, I mean, this is all still theoretically, actually. Oh, man. I don't know what this thing's problem is. It's being stupid. Like, you always gotta deal with that kind of stuff. Okay. So I didn't pay attention to the serials, so I'm actually not sure if this is gonna work. Yep, there we go, we're good. All right, so my cat, it's so weird. You always see the weird stuff when you go live, Okay, so let's just make sure everything's looking good here. What?
I was just told to come in and...
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, he's only supposed to come in if like my audio dies or something. You guys are messing with me here. And he knew that. He knows. He's... The everything's okay alarm. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If this is going off, everything's fine. Whoop. No, not necessary. Okay, USB. Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, we're expecting this. Yes. Okay, so wait, here's an as media one, and he's... Okay, yeah, no, these are still here. So that's fine, I guess. Let's go ahead and have a look at what we got here, and... That's interesting. I only see one of them. That is not... So these are USB devices. So this is the conventional pass-through method. And then this is one of our controllers. But what I would be expecting to see is multiples in there. Uh-oh. Maybe I screwed something up in here. Now I'm stressed out. Now I'm really stressed out. Oh wait, hold on. PZ root. Why is there a line break here? Is that affecting me? I'm sure there are like Linux wizards out there that are like, yes, that is affecting you. Actually didn't notice that before. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's just make sure I typed these right. 1B21, 1242, 1033, 0194, 1912, 0015. Yep, that's right. Okay. Let's see if that line break was messing us up. Because if only one of those is showing up, then it looks like this might not have worked at all, which would be really, really disappointing right about now. Oh, hey, just so you guys know, this is fun. Here's our process for making sure that our thumbnails are exactly as poisonous as they need to be. So the editor goes through and sends me a preview, and I say, yes, that is appropriately poisonous or not appropriately poisonous. This is actually going to be a really fun video. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Brandon and I shot this. This was one of those ones where nothing went right because we were trying to demonstrate the Windows activation servers rejecting the activation of our Windows once we changed a bunch of hardware, and they didn't. What I think is that within a certain period of time, maybe of initial install or maybe within hardware changes, it might assume, oh, you're troubleshooting, and ignore you. But I'm sure there's like a machine learning algorithm that tries to find the people who are actually moving the hardware to a different, or moving the license to a different machine incorrectly. But anyway, what I do is I explain why a lot of the time when we do screen capture or when you look at my screen in my office, there's that activate Windows thing. And the video is going to be called, Why Does Linus Pirate Windows? And I assure you guys, there's actually a very good explanation, so you should definitely watch that. I assume that's going out like this weekend or something. Oh, I should probably reply to him. Oops. That looked pretty good to me, though. Looks good. Nice. I swear, this is taking longer to boot up every single time. Oh, you know what we can use this time on? Actually, this is good. So my plan today, assuming that everything goes well, is actually to use this monitor, and I've got all 4 of these graphics cards plugged into it, is to use this monitor to actually get 4 VMs running. So that's why I've got all these keyboards and mice and all this space laid out for us so we can try and get things actually working. Yes? What can I do for you?
Brandon his red AC adapter.
Oh, are we running out of power?
Apparently we have no audio, but like we also have audio, so
Apparently we have no what?
we have Schrodinger's audio. Like there are people saying we don't have audio, and I know they're trolling, but I'm just saying it so you know.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Anthony. Whoop! Oh, crap. Did I miss that? Oh, bloody hell. Ah, you know what? I'm not going to wait for another reboot here. Brandon, where do you want this? Plugged in, you say. How do I plug it in? Yeah, okay.
Turn it until it feels right.
Turn it till it feels right. Yeah, baby. Okay, we good? All right, you know what? I'm just going to run and get my laptop so I can admit it over the network. I just need my laptop. But I have my microphone, remember. Private internet access is what? Oh, they're the sponsor for the stream. I didn't know we had a stream sponsor.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah, brother.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Sales teams are for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come in and interrupt me when I'm trying to just do something with no sponsor, and they're like, Linus, you sponsor. All right. Fingerprint, blah, blah, blah. Come on, let's go. Let's go. There we go. All right, let's turn this up. Man, so I didn't check the line break on the headless one, or the non-GUI one, not headless. Well, it's intended to be used headlessly, so 10.20.0.22. So now you guys can see I'm looking at the same interface that I was using before. Actually, you know what I could do is I could just hook this up to that monitor, then we wouldn't have to really change what we're doing, but that's fine. Not flustered, I'm just doing it live, which is always a little bit stressful. Boop. Yeah, oh, this is so weird, this stupid thing the cache is doing, I don't get it. Not today! Cache drive weirdness. All right, it's fine, it's working. Okay, so now, you know what, let's do that. Let's go ahead and use my test cart, my amazing test cart that you guys probably remember from This PC Can Fly, or We Built a Flying PC, or whatever we called the video. Just gonna plug this in, and I'll grab these. This is exactly the right amount of regular USB Type A's for a modern laptop to have. 2 is fine. All right, we'll switch, I think. Oh, no, that's auto adjustment apparently. Maybe that one. There, now we'll never know the difference. Okay. So, I am hoping, yeah! I'm hoping, yeah! That's what I'm hoping. Check this out. Okay, so you might have noticed I only entered 3 device IDs. That's because these 2 Renesas controllers are the same. So if you stub one, you have to stub both, but that's fine. And then these 2 as media ones are the same model, the ASM 1142. And then finally, we've got this super old NEC one from before Renesas took over NEC's USB 3 host controller thing. This is like the OG USB controller. So that is flipping exciting. We've got 5 USB controllers, and now all we need to do is try it, actually. Well, let's go OG NEC. Let's pick a graphics card here, shall we? Oh, which one do we want? You know what? Let's take the top slot. So that would be the Quadro P5000 right there. Sound card, oh lordy. Probably this one. Yeah, probably that one. 3C00.1, yeah, probably. Okay. Oh, so cool. 9 cores. Update. So, if everything went according to plan, one of these quadrants here is going to light up. Let's have a look. Over here, Brendan. So I don't actually know if this thing is on. Now it is. HDMI 1. Oh, crap. What? Unexpectedly closed the monitor. Operation not permitted. Let's try WS2. Oh. Had the NEC one there for some reason. Let's see if that was the problem. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Show me the start. Little triangle. Oh, that's not good. That's bad. What if the sound card's bunging us up? Let's just try without sound for now. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. Come on. Okay, in the meantime, why don't we try one of the other cards here? Okay. Let's try the GTX 1060 with the Renaissance controller. Whoa, 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 hey! It should be lit up now, theoretically. Ah! There it is! Okay, that just like happened in the background while I wasn't paying attention. Which controller did I plug it into? Only one way to find out. Hold on. USB gaming mouse is set up and ready. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. No, that's a function. Windows? No, that's Windows lock. Wait, what? Do I even have anything plugged into that card? Oh wait, I mean if it wasn't detected yet, maybe that's the issue. Come on, you bastard. This one's got the num lock eliminated. That's a good sign. Nothing yet. Might have to actually go back and like trace where the cable, and WS2 is booted up. So this is the real acid test. Seeing 2 of these VMs booted up and having them both be hot pluggable is a very solid indicator that we are going to be able to do all 6. Because that's the limitation we're trying to get around. Not being able to, not being able to do, to pass through cards plugged into that daughter board to 2 VMs, to 2 separate VMs. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I actually have to like think now. This is much, much further than I thought we were going to get today. This is turning into a very long stream. We're trending? Wow.
We have been for a while.
Has anything this hardcore IT trended on YouTube in years? This is like actual tech stuff, not like a phone. No offense to phones. Phones are great. I like phones too, as much as the next. The mouse is working. Hey, mouse is working. Okay. Well, why isn't the keyboard working? Wait, hold on a second. Why isn't the keyboard working? Okay, well, no, this is good news. So I just got to find the other end of that USB cable. Which one is it? This one. Boop. Where's that going? Tracing the... Oh, for crying out loud. Didn't have a keyboard plugged into this card. Okay, so then this is it. This is the test. We're gonna use that bloody keyboard. Gonna use that bloody keyboard and plug it in. No, that's a brand. It's bloody. So this is it. This is the NEC card right here. Okay, and then this keyboard should light up, which it did. And okay, if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, this keyboard was in the right spot already. And then this mouse should go here, and we should be able to. Yes! Hot plug. Check this out. Look at this. Notepad. I'm type some shiz, yo. Yes. Okay, that's good. But I want to see another one light up first. So WS2 here. Let me have a look. Is the 1060. So the 1060 is here. The 1060 is plugged into HDMI in 4. But for some reason, even though this is booted up, this is not lighting up. And I'm not sure why that would be. Input. Here we go. Oh, well, that's why. Because this is configured to HDMI 3. So why don't we try that? Oh, and you can clearly see this was already working. So there's that Alt tab, but, okay, I'm trying to temper my excitement here because we're not entirely out of the woods yet. It is still possible that hot plug will not work on both of them. So where's my mouse for that one? Let me have a look here. Nope. It's always the last one. I mean, it always has to be the last one, because why would you keep trying if you already found the one that works? Right? It's always the last one you try. Yeah, anyway. Okay. So I need to get the other end of the Cougar. Ugh. See, I had all different keyboards and mice here. That was the plan, because I was planning, based on my results last time, to have to use different ones, because when you pass through USB devices to VMs, if you don't pass through the controllers, because, okay, remember when I was stubbing things, if you guys were watching before, when you put in a hardware ID, you can only stub like all of them or none of them. Well, USB controllers have like a similar, or USB devices have a similar issue. So when you pass through a USB device to a VM, you have to pass through all of that USB device. So if I had 6 keyboards and 6 mice that all matched, they would all have to go through to the same VM. So that's why I had a bunch of different ones. But now that I can pass through controllers, and even same types of controllers, like I have to stub them all at once, but I can pass each individual one through. Now that I can do that, I can have all matching peripherals, and that will make my OCD excited. Okay, so the Cougar one is here. So let's go ahead and unplug it, and the bloody one. Oh, I really wish I had like a thing. Oh man, this is so exciting, because now we're going to, hold on a second. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, what's Jake talking about? Okay, so now, right, so what we're gonna do is Alex and I have a whole plan laid out for this already. We're gonna like salvage another case, or we're gonna custom fab something. So all these are gonna be secured really like professionally and all that cool stuff. Oh, I'm so excited right now. Okay, if this works, we should be good. Okay, so keyboard, yes! Yes! It's alive. The project is alive. Let's go ahead and task manager this up. So you can see here, each of my VMs, the one on the left actually looks a little cleaner. I don't know what's going on with the resolution here. It might not actually have the right drivers installed. But each of them has 18 virtual processors. So that's 9 cores and then 9 hyperthreads. 18 for this one, same thing, 9 cores, 9 hyperthreads. We're gonna try and split it really evenly down the middle. So in theory, each CPU will have 3 VMs. So we'll be sharing 6-channel memory across 3 VMs. So we shouldn't actually have to have this VM talk to this CPU's RAM almost at all. So 6 virtual machines, 3 on each CPU, and then we'll leave a couple of cores on each CPU for the host or anything else that we want to run on Unraid or whatever else. So the idea being that each system effectively has 64 gigs of dual channel equivalent memory bandwidth. We're going to switch over to Optane drives. I haven't done that because I wasn't even sure if this was going to work. Those are just sitting on the table. We're going to switch over to Optane drives, so every system should have SSD-like performance, even though we're running 3 systems, or rather 6 across a RAID 0 of or RAID 10 of Optane drives. I mean, do you guys want to see us try and light up 2 more? Like, or are we done here? I mean, we've basically, this is it. This is proof of concept now. We're good, I think. I mean, you can always run into issues, but like, I'm pretty sure we're good. But do you want to see us light up the other 2? I'll ask Anthony. Anthony, what do they want? They haven't spoken? Okay, because they could be bored. I don't know. How many? 25,000 people are watching this? That's cool. All right, cool. Well, in the meantime, until I hear from you guys, I guess what we're going to do is just start adding some more VMs then. So let's... All right. Well, I can't finish the whole project today, guys. We've got a whole like plan. Like we're going to have 6 cards in there. They're actually going to be installed, not hanging out of these like testing PCI Express riser nonsense here. Massive shout out to Thermaltake, by the way, for sending us all these, because it's really hard to test 6 cards in a board unless you're using a bunch of risers. But they're all going to go in there nice and clean. It's going to be hardline, water cooled, everything. There's going to be custom fabrication going on our Case Labs case here. Rest in peace, Case Labs. Like we can't finish today, but we can certainly get a lot closer to full validation here. So let's go ahead and let's give this one. Did I? We glitched out the GUI. Isn't that fantastic? Look at this. There's like, because it's 3 digits, because we have 111 threads on these 2 CPUs, Unraid like doesn't know what to do with it. Okay, so I don't actually know exactly how many cores I'm enabling here. That's tremendous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Theoretically, that's 9 cores here. Let's go ahead and give it 64 gigs of RAM. This system has 384 gigs of RAM, by the way. So every system can have 64 gigs ish. I think I might have to tone it down a little bit. Yeah, what's 64 times 6? Yeah, no, I'll have to tone them down just a touch, but for now we can do that. OS install, whatever. So I did, I think, theoretically, throw a couple more images on here, so we won't have to wait around for those to copy. Do you remember which cards I used already, Brandon? I didn't use the Titan X.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Sorry, what did I use already?
1070 and P5.
1070 and P5? Okay, so definitely not Titan X. And then I haven't used one of these as media controllers yet. Those are going to be a little bit inconvenient because I can only, they have one Type-C port, and I don't know if I have a dongle on me, but let's just go ahead and fire it. You know what? I'll go grab a dongle. I'll be right back. Sorry, one sec. That moment when the host just leaves a live stream with 25,000 people waiting. Like I'm wasting, okay, so what does the math work out to for that, Anthony? If I'm gone for 10 seconds, how many hours of people's time have I wasted? It feels like a lot of pressure right now. I'm gonna go as fast as I can here.
10 seconds times 25,000 is 250,000 seconds.
I don't even know if I want to know the number.
You wasted 69 hours.
I wasted 69 hours?
Nice.
Jeez. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so WS3 is fired up. Oh, I guess I shut down WS2, but I didn't really need to. Well, let's go see if it's let's go see if it lit up over here. Oh. Oh, hold on a second. Oh wait, no, you know what? I think it just hasn't. I think it just hasn't refreshed and caught up here. Oh, let's hope. Oh. Oh, did we crash the host? Dang it, I knew we were pushing our luck. You still alive there, buddy? Come on there, bud. Oh, we crashed the host. Oh, I wonder if I screwed up when I plugged in that Type-C thing. I don't know. It's possible that I like shorted something. I don't think I grounded myself on the case first. Crap. So just, okay, I don't generally wear like a ESD strap, but generally, if every time you stop moving, you just touch something big and metal, or ideally something that's actually plugged into ground, you should be fine. Should, TM. But I did not do that.
Are you paying attention to super chats at all?
They're
giving us money and you're not calling them out.
Hi everyone who sent a super chat. I'm troubleshooting.
Someone named Blake gave us $100.
Blake?
Blake?
Why?
Because they like the stream.
Oh, cool. Hi Blake. Thanks.
I don't know. They didn't say anything. They're just like, here's $100.
I like the stream too. Wow.
Yeah, you should have the super chats open so you can be respectful of the audience.
I should. Okay, but I do also really want to get this working. So that's the flip side of that. Let's open that. Okay, hold on. Before, I do want to finish my thought first. Okay, so a good example of something that you can touch to make sure that you are actually grounded would be the casing of a power supply that is plugged in. Even if it is not actually powered on, the casing is grounded to the ground plug of your power cord, which goes to the ground plug of your house, assuming you're not in one of those places like Japan where they don't have ground plugs for some reason. And then you are definitely grounded. Like you are not leaving your room. Grounded. Okay. So yeah, we booted up in that mode again. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh man. Now I really do feel like we're pushing our luck here. Stressed. Let's just fix that stupid nonsense. I really wish I wasn't dealing with that right now. Whew. This is exciting though. I mean, maybe you guys are my good luck charm. Like maybe that's what's going on here. Wait a minute. Where's my VMs tab? Where is my VMs tab? Why is enable VM set to disable? What just happened? We just crashed hard. So hard. Oh my, wow. Wow, WS3 is gone. Okay, so you know what? That's fine, because we're gonna take this opportunity to make sure that everything's configured correctly. So WS1 is gonna be the P5000 and the NEC controller. Cool. WS2 is going to be the first Renesas controller and is going to be the 1060. Let's leave that the way that it is. 1060. Okay. WS3. So let's try that again. WS3 is going to be this nonsense that we've got going on here. It's so weird. 33910. You know what? Let's just call that good enough. I mean, if it's going to nuke our config if we crash again, then I guess this is all a waste of time. You know, let's just throw, yeah, whatever. 53 gigs of memory. Who cares? Okay. Manual. User. Domains. WS3. There's that boot disk. Okay, now let's throw the 1070 on that one. And we're going to do the second Renesas controller. I'm going to create that. Okay. Then we are going to add a WS4. And we're going to grab, I don't know, let's just grab some CPU cores in here somewhere. Blah, 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 blah. None of this really matters that much right now. We'll do everything properly later, because you got to make sure that you're not taking cores across separate NUMA nodes and that kind of crap. Okay, come on, baby. Domains, WS4. So these are all just copy pastes of WS1. So they're all just the same thing. Okay, so now this one gets the Titan X, and it gets one of the ASMedias. Okay. Now let's take it slow. Let's start up 1. Just patience. I know I'm asking for a lot of patience. You guys have been very patient already. I think we've been at this for like an hour. By the way, thank you, Brandon. You're a superstar. What?
Is €2 enough to get you to play Minecraft?
€2 to
Yeah.
get me to play Minecraft? I played Minecraft once, actually. I played it with my son. We were on the Kano PC thing, and I didn't really get it because I'm old. Someday, though. Someday I will learn Minecraft. Okay, this one's up. WS user. There we go. Beautiful. Now let's do WS2. This is going to be my last attempt. If we crash when we launch WS3, I clearly have some more complicated troubleshooting to do. There might be some hardware instability or something like that. Like I have never actually heavily loaded up this platform, so I don't even know how prime time ready it is. There's WS2. Okay, I'm just going to wait for it to boot. So yeah, I don't know what caused that. And there might be a little bit more work to do, stuff that would not make sense to live stream the whole time. Okay. Come on, baby. Good. Okay, so here's where we crashed last time. WS3. I wonder if it's those as media controllers. John from Unraid did tell me they were Junko, but he didn't tell me why. So I don't know if maybe they're just unstable, or they cause instability, or they like maybe they're crappy with pass-through. I don't know exactly what he was talking about, so it's hard for me to say. Okay, theoretically it started, so we should see it light up any second here, but I haven't actually checked the inputs for that. So let me just double check that real quick here. We never had it light up before, right, Brendan? Okay. So that's GTX 1070, which is, oh, I haven't even tested this cable before. So that's theoretically going into the Type-C connection on the back of the monitor here. And I think I did have that one set up, but that's weird. I haven't played around with Type-C display inputs much. Theoretically, it's this top one, but you know what? We've actually got another option. I pulled in an extra HDMI cable just in case. So only 2 of the HDMI inputs on this monitor run at 60 hertz, but for testing purposes, it doesn't really matter because, oh, I just bumped my cards. Did it crash? Oh, okay. I just like shouldered the daughter board. Because when we actually roll this out for the finished video, everyone's just gonna have their own monitors anyway. We won't be using any display over Type-C or anything like that. So it won't matter. Okay, so this goes into the 1070. So yeah, I don't even know if this cable works. So we want to eliminate as many variables as we can here. So that was HDMI in 2. Where did I put the remote? There it is. Okay. Input. This one. What did I say? 2? 2. Oh! Oh! Okay! All right. Now, this might tell us if it's those as media controllers that are bunging us up, because WS4 is the first one I'm trying to launch here with one of those controllers. So that was the Titan X, right? So the Titan X goes to HDMI 3, I think. So let's make sure that's right. HDMI 1? No, I think it's HDMI 3. Let's have a look here. Oh, that's a good sign. 6 video editors, 1 CPU. Might pull this off. You know what I should do? I should check my my network link speed here. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I hooked up a 10 gig connection to this port. Oh shoot, I didn't. So we're only running at gigabit. So what I was kind of hoping was maybe I could even fire up Adobe Premiere here and do like a quick, actual demo or something. I don't know. Maybe we can. Do you think we could sustain 2 over gigabit? You've seen the data rates on the network connections while you're editing, right? You think we could do 2? I mean, we could try. Okay, just can you look away while I sign into Premiere? I don't want people hijacking my stupid Creative Cloud account. That would be very inconvenient. Okay, sign me out of the other computer so I can sign in here. Yeah, fine. No, I'm not done yet. Sorry, Brandon. You're going to timeout. I'm gonna stare at the wall. Hi.
Hi. No, I'm just being a distraction.
Okay, thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Okay,
Something for Brandon to look at. Yep.
we're ready to sign in,
Not
Brandon.
yet.
Okay. I wonder what Adobe's like login servers think of the same user logging in at exactly the same time on two different machines from the same IP. It's like, what is this guy doing? Like, what is he doing? I can tell these VMs haven't crashed from the cursors that are still blinking, but I'm not gonna tool around with those ones too much, I don't think. Yeah, so apparently they didn't think much of that because Premiere is not launching over here. It's like still loading. Okay. We went full herpaderp. Oh, wait. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Welcome to Premiere Pro. Open a project, just go find something. Do you have anything that you would suggest that we try to open? Like what's something that we're done, but like barely? Sorry? DeepSpar? Oh, yeah, sure, okay. DeepSpar project. Okay, there. Opening project. So stoked, man. I feel like we're not going to leave a lot of suspense in the finished video at this point, but I guess that's fine. Can you think of another one? I don't want to open the same one twice. Bathroom that never smells. Flying PC, that's probably been offloaded, hey? No, I don't think it has, for some reason. Okay, cool. Well, someone bunged up, but that's good for us right now. Okay. So we're gonna need 10 gigabit network for sure in order to get decent performance out of this whole setup, but convert project, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever. I guess I'm running a different version of Premiere than you guys. Yeah. Missing some video filters. Offline all. Okay, now normally you wouldn't do this. You would want, oh, no output devices available. No, I don't. We'll deal with audio devices later. Oh, this is so cool. Because this is more than just like, you know, gaming on multiple VMs on a single box. This is like actual workstation use with enterprise grade hardware. This is cool stuff. Okay, so here we go. Let's, oh, it's generating peak file for the, oh, that does take a while, doesn't it? Oh, Premiere. Oh, Premiere. Yeah, it's template file structure, blah, blah, blah. Oh, really? I don't know if we can wait that long, unfortunately. Okay, well, we might have to call it. I mean, I can already see we're running into a bottleneck. This is hitting 650 megabit per second. This one's hitting 300. So right there, that's it. That's our gigabit. This is holding us back already. We need to go 10 gig, maybe even 2 10 gig connections teamed in order to make sure that all 6 of them are able to like real-time edit 8K red footage. So I guess that's pretty much it then. This stream is brought to you guys by Private Internet Access. Private Internet Access is the VPN with a bunch of talking points that I don't remember exactly what they are right now. But basically, it's a VPN. So it allows you to hide your identity online. It allows you to use online services as though you are in a different country. It allows you to avoid tracking online if you don't like people keeping an eye on what exactly it is that you're doing on the internet. And we're going to have a link in the video description once this goes up as an archive where you can check out PIA. I don't actually remember what our vanity URL is for it. So let's outro this then. Thanks for watching, guys. If you disliked this video, then you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't like fun. But if you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, maybe consider checking out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link in the video description. I don't know if you guys are gonna wanna buy this stuff. CPU, $5,000. Other CPU, $5,000. RAM, oh boy, that's gonna be like $6,000 worth of RAM. Graphics cards, we got a pile. Daughter board, $5,000 by the time you put all the connections and the cables and everything in it. So yeah, not really recommended. But you can go check, you can go buy a t-shirt. We'll have that linked below as well. Okay, Anthony, kill it. By the way, thanks everyone for watching.